Today is going to be fun, and spoiler alert, we're giving away 100 spools of filament. Hello everyone, Chris here. I've partnered up with Printed Solid to bring you a couple of contests where you could win a whole lot of Jessie PLA filament. Now these are contests, so it's going to take you just a little bit of work to get these prizes, but I do think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now these aren't your normal 3D printing contests where you're focused on the art of 3D printing, like the best 3D print, or multicolor print, or 3D printable model. These are going to be just a little bit different. They are pointed more towards what I like to call the jack-of-all-trade 3D printing users. The ones that like to tweak and modify their setups, not just focused on print quality, but what they can do with their 3D printer, or things that surround the 3D printer environment. So we have a couple of different contests here, focused on different types of users. So let's start by talking about the first contest. One of the biggest drawbacks to 3D printing has always been this. What do you do with all these empty filament spools when you're done using the filament? I've seen a lot of great ideas for this over the years, but now's your chance to submit your idea to me, and we're going to pick the best 3. Now there's really no rules to this contest. You just have to use empty filament spools and be creative. You don't even need to involve 3D printing. Whatever idea you might have, send it over, and we'll pick the best ones. Oops. Maybe it's something like you turned your filament spool into a giant top. And yes, that is flexible filament. The second contest is going to be focused around firmware. Now, it really doesn't matter what type of firmware you use. We just want to see the cool things that you can do with it. And there's a lot of different ways you can go here. Maybe you have an awesome custom boot screen, or you've taught your 3D printer to play a song just by making different movements that you've created in the code. Or basically getting your 3D printer to do something it wasn't really supposed to do. Now there's not a lot of rules to this one either. Just be creative. It has to be somewhat firmware related, and you're going to get bonus points if this operation that you've created doesn't really do much of anything at all except look cool. This is not the time to ask if you should do something. Just go ahead and do it because you can. Just for example, here's my custom boot screen. And like all good contests, we have to have special guest judges. I don't want to do all of this by myself. So for the spool repurposing contest, we're going to have veteran Marjanovic join us. You might know him as Wexter. He does all kinds of cool designs and 3D printed models. And also Ivan Miranda. If you've ever seen his channel, you know that he creates all kinds of cool things, including Spacer! And for the firmware contest, I will be joined by Chuck Hellebuck. You probably know him best from his YouTube channel, Chep, where he does Filament Friday every Friday, and Scott Latine, the curator of Marlin Firmware. So here's how it's going to work. From today, you will have 2 weeks to get your projects ready and send them over to me at the email below, chrisriley3d@gmail.com. After that, I will go through all of the entries with our special guest judges, and we will pick the top 3 projects in both categories. Now, what will you win? In each category, the third place will win a 2-pack of Jessie PLA filament, second place will win a 5-pack, and first place will win all 43 colors of Jessie PLA filament. Now that is for both categories. That is a total of 100 spools of filament worth over $2,000. And that's not too shabby. This contest is open to everyone here in the United States, all 50 states, as well as everyone in Canada. Again, I'm going to give you 2 weeks from today to get your project ready and all the information sent over to me via email. Please include as much information on your project as possible. After those 2 weeks, I will get with all of our judges, we will deliberate and pick the best ones. I will then release a video on this channel featuring the winners and some of the project entries. Then after that, all that's left is Printed Solid will pack up your filament and ship it directly to you. Now good luck to everyone that enters the contest. I can't wait to see some of the entries and all the awesome things that you can create. That's it for now. I will see you in a couple of weeks with the winners.